Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. So tis the season to start to clean up the garden. So in today's video, I'm going to go around the garden. I'm just going to focus on the back so it doesn't get overwhelming trying to get the entire yard finished. So I'm going to go just in the back, and then we're going to go and clean up all these. So this is the echinacea or coneflower foliage. I left it on in the winter for the birds to get food. If you have this in your garden in the fall season, make sure you leave the seed heads on, because this is food, winter source food for the birds. Your pollinators, the goldfinches love coming out here and enjoying the cornflower. So I'm gonna go around the garden in the back here and clean up all this foliage so it looks cleaner. And as you can see, we have daffodils already blooming, and you can see right here the new growth is emerging from the ground. And then this is a balloon flower here. We're gonna cut this off too. Friends, look at this peony that we planted in the fall. Remember when we planted this one? It should be a white with a light pink on it. And here are the daffodils that we planted together. So the garden is messy, it's expected, right? It's waking up. So we're just gonna go and refresh it. And look at the blooms on here. Absolutely love this. And look at the peonies in the back there. Look at the foliage coming out already. And here's the corbel. We're gonna trim this down and tidy this up a little. And then we have the Shasta daisy over here. So anyways, let's get started. And also I'm gonna share with you the preventative method I take with my hostas from the snails. All right friends, so I have this fire and ice hydrangea here. And I know a lot of us not sure how to prune our hydrangeas. So what I do, if you're not sure, you leave it alone. Okay, it cannot cause any harm to the plant. But if you go and you cut it down and you weren't supposed to, then you're not gonna get any blooms. So with this one stays up. All I do, I just cut off these dry foliage. I don't prune it back, and I'll show you why. Do you see that? If you break your hydrangea and you see it's green like this, that means you should leave it alone. That means it blooms an old wood. Okay, so this one blooms an old wood, so I'm not gonna prune it or anything except just cut off these dry foliage to the top. That's it. So this one, I love this one so much. This one is huge. I got it at Lowe's and clearance for like $10. All right friends, let me take you across here. We're also going to check out this hydrangea, this one, and I left the tag in there. So it's pretty important to have your tag so you know what type of hydrangeas you have. So this one is the bloom struck hydrangea. It gets 3 to 4 feet tall. Look at the blooms on there. So with this one, I'm not going to prune it. And why? Do you see all these buds here? This is where your foliage is coming from, and this is where your blooms are going to come from. That's how I know not to, or if I should prune my hydrangea. What I will do is these little sticks in here, I'll just come in here and just tidy them up and clip them off. But these long nice blooms looking at us, we're gonna leave them alone. Okay, so very important, know what hydrangea you have, and that's what I do and how I know whether or not I should prune my hydrangea. And then also we have some double play bank spirea here. Do you see that? It looks like it bloom an old wood because the buds are already coming out. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just go in and just clip off any tiny stems I see. That's it. I'm not gonna cut it down or anything like that. All right friends, so I'm just gonna come in here and just cut off these tips, and just to tidy it up, get all these dry blooms off. And you can see right here there's green here, so that's how you know your hydrangea should not be cut back. That's the method I use when I have my hydrangeas, because friends, there's a lot of hydrangeas out there, and some bloom a new wood and some bloom an old wood. Friends, look what's here. I think maybe when it gets warmer, I'll come in here and dig this out. That looks like another hydrangea somehow formed there, right? So this is not from the main plant. Look at that, friends. And strangely, friends, this has new growth. Look at that. The main plant, you can see there's no foliage on it as yet, but this one has foliage. So there you go, a free plant to my surprise. Alright friends, so here's this lupine I grew from seed. I love lupines. I have a lot. I am winter sowing in milk jugs. And I'm just going to come in here and just look at that. Do you see the difference? This is so satisfying just to clean up the garden. So we're going to go around here. I don't even remember what this plant is. I may have to check on my video to see what I planted here. I think it was a clearance plant, but I do not remember what it was. Anyway, so let's get this garden cleaned up. Friends, is the hydrangea. I'm just gonna go in and just clip off these dry pieces, but I'm not gonna prune it all the way because, as I said to you before, here you can see the new growth. So we're just gonna go in and just trim off any dead wood we see, like that. And just tidy up the plant. And the same for the spirea. I'm just going to come in and trim off just any little ends you can see right here, just to tidy it up also, but not a hard pruning because it looks like this bloom on old wood. And just clear around the base of the plant. Alright friends, so this is a hardy hibiscus, and these are one of the last perennial, if not the last, to emerge in spring. So if you have one of these in your garden and you think, oh my goodness, it looks like it's dead, it's not dead. You will see in few weeks when they start to warm up, right to the base, you will start to see new growth coming from it. So what I do, I leave mine like this until spring, and then I will cut it down. And the reason for that is simply because it gives winter interest, and also I know I have something in the ground. But if you want to prune this in the fall, you can do so down to 6 inches or so to the base. So today I'm going to cut it down because it's spring and I know it's planted here already. So you can see where I previously cut it the previous year, right in there. So I'm just going to take my time and cut from the top all the way to the bottom. And here it is, and if you look closely you can see down in there it's green, but remember it's one of the last perennial to emerge from the ground, and you just cut it down 6 inches and leave it alone and it will grow. And when it starts to grow, friends, it grows so fast you'll be like, whoa. But anyway, so what I did with the stems, here they are, and they're very sturdy, so I'm thinking that I may save them to create a trellis or something. I have a lot of these hardy hibiscus in the garden, so I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to save them. I probably could use them to stake tall plants or create a trellis. We'll see. So I'm just going to get creative with them and see what I come up with. And here is my blushing bright hydrangea. This bloom, white blooms. It's so pretty. So with this, so you can see it blooms on old wood. Do you see all the new buds coming out here? Yep. So that's how I know not to prune this down. So what I simply do, I just cut off some of these spent blooms if there's any on the plant. I did cut most of them off in the fall and I made some beautiful bouquets from them. So I'm just gonna come in here and just tidy up the plant. But friends, I'm not gonna cut this down, otherwise I will be cutting those blooms I'll be getting in the summer. So once again, if you're not sure if you should cut your hydrangea, if it blooms on old wood or new wood, if you see these buds, more than likely it blooms on old wood. And if you're not sure, just leave it alone. So you can see all these are dead wood. You can see right here, there's no green there, so that's how you know it's old wood in between. So just going around and just tidying up the plant. I wanted to share with you this other hardy hibiscus and what it looks like. So we're gonna come in here and do the same thing as we did at the back of the house. This is so satisfying, isn't it? Alright friends, I'm at the front and I told you I have a lot of these hardy hibiscus in the garden. I absolutely love these plants. Thinking of transferring this one, and I'll show you the other one in a second, to the back where I'm gonna put my hummingbird garden, because I feel like they take over the space here in the front and they take the spotlight away from the other plants because they're so beautiful that they need their own space. So that one, do you see that? And then I have this huge one here. Look at it, friends. It literally takes over the garden. They're supposed to get like up to 48 inches to 5 feet tall, and they're huge, friends, huge. So I'm gonna transfer that one and the one we just pruned probably in a couple of weeks when it's warmer and when I see the new growth emerging from the ground, because I don't want to do anything to damage the new growth. So I'll just wait until I see the new growth emerging from the ground and then dig it up and take it to the back. And then over here you can see right there, those 3 plants there, those are Nandina. I'm going to put them in the front here. So I'm reconstructing the front garden bed, but I just wanted to share that with you. So if you're thinking of having a hardy hibiscus in your garden, make sure you give it a lot of space. Outshine the other plants around it. It's beautiful, but I feel like it needs to be in an airy spot in the garden where you don't have other plants next to it. Letting you know if you decide to get one of these in your garden. And if you have one hardy hibiscus in your garden, let me know down in the comments below. But anyway, so we have more stick here from them, and I'm keeping these. I'm gonna get creative and do something with them. So the hardy hibiscus, we have sedum. Oh, I love these. So I'm gonna come in here and just take off all of these. So friends, I leave these up in the winter. As you can see, my garden is messy. I leave these up for the birds because the birds like to come in here and they love this, along with the coneflower, the echinacea. And here's something for you. So when it starts to get warmer and the new growth start to get taller, you will see some damage on your plant. It's not insect, it's not bugs. Guess what it is? The birds. Yes, the birds enjoy the foliage on here. So if you see like it looks like it's damaged and you're thinking it's a bug, it's not a bug, it's our friends, it's the pollinators. Yes, it's the birds. So just wanted to share that with you, because the first time I saw it, I'm like, what is eating my sedum? And then one day I was inside in the living room and I saw maybe 6 birds on top of the plant, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it was the birds. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you go through that, you know what it is. All right, so anyway, so let's come in here. These are really easy, they pull right out. So I'm just gonna pick them out with my hand. I don't even need to use my clippers, they literally come right out. And clean up these sedum. Alright friends, so on this side, this is a shade garden, and look at the hostas. The hostas are already peeping their head out. It's so interesting that they bloom green and white foliage, but when they come out from the ground, it's this purple color. So what I'm gonna do here is just some treatment. So I have eggshells I've been collecting. I let them dry out and I just grate them up. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some around the base of the hosta, because you know with hosta, the snails love the foliage on the hosta. So before the foliage comes up, I'm just doing some preventative methods here just to protect my foliage, because with the hostas, you just grate just for the foliage, right? And so I'm just gonna go all the way down here. There's a lot of hostas I have in this bed, and I have some in containers too. Just gonna sprinkle the eggshells just around the plant here, so it will prevent the snail. The snails have really soft body, so the eggshells, to us, right, it's nothing, but to the snails, this acts as a sharp weapon, and it will cut the snails, and that will deter them from coming on your plant. So we're gonna sprinkle this all the way through here just to protect my hostas. Let me know down in the comment below if you ever done this and if it works for you. Alright friends, so here is the after. It looks so much better. And I just want to let you guys know I got an email from Lowe's saying that they have their mulch on sale, 5 for $10. I've been waiting on that sale. Normally they do it around, I would say, May, Memorial Weekend. And now it's the end of March, so I was surprised to see they have them on sale for 5 for $10. So I can't wait to go there tomorrow and just get some so I could just dress up the garden and, you know, just to make the garden look better, right? So here is this bed that we cleaned up. It's looking so much better, and it has been a few days now. It rained and everything is just waking up. And let me slowly pan across and let me show you the one with the hydrangea. Here we are. Here's this one with the hydrangea. The daffodil buds are out, and I'll be doing a tour very soon. I think I want to do a weekly walk around in the garden so I can capture all the blooms while they're blooming and not just wait for one time just to give you guys a tour, because then some things will be in bloom and some will be out of bloom. But this is what this looks like, and I'm so excited about this hydrangea. I love it so much. And yes, let's go across here, and then here we have some daffodils already blooming. And that's what I was saying to you, right? I should be doing a weekly walk around so you could see what is in bloom. So I'll start the next week for you guys. And then let me slowly pan across over here and look at the pot. I did this with you guys a few weeks ago. Look, they're already emerging. Look at that, friends. And this is my trap set for the squirrels, and it's working. And look at this bud and these tulips. I'm so excited about these. These pots are not in the spot they should be. I just put them here while I was trying to get the garden cleaned up. And here we have more daffodils behind there and hyacinth blooming. But this is the after, so you can see what it looks like after. And as I said, it's been a couple of days and you can see a lot of stuff already waking up, right? But anyway, friends, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and remember to get your mulch to add to your garden just to make your garden look more cleaner. And see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, take care of yourselves now. Cheers.